You should be good, because I think that's a delay.
Yeah, I think it is.
All right. Good evening, everyone, here and at home, to the August 19th, 2024 meeting of the Littleton Cemetery Commissioners. So we'll go ahead and get started tonight. Go ahead and call the meeting to order at 6:30 p.m. The first item of business first tonight is are the meeting minutes. We had two sets to approve. June 14th, 24 and 7/22/24.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve both of those minutes.
Okay, I did have one edit on the July 22nd. Under superintendent's updates, we did list the purchase of the canopy. And this is for, July 22nd. We did list that under superintendent's updates, I believe, at the beginning of the meeting.
We have that.
Yeah, but I have that under there.
Yeah, so it should be a separate item, though, because we had it on the agenda.
Well, I usually say superintendent may cover some
Oh,
agenda
gotcha.
items.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
'cause
works.
I think he did it well before we got to that item.
That works. Perfect. So we've got a motion to approve the minutes as printed. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right, it's unanimous. Perfect. All right, moving right along. Are there any member updates?
I don't have anything.
No, nothing either.
All right, I'm good too. Public input. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody in the audience as of yet. Do we have any superintendent updates?
Work has begun at the administrative building on replacing ceiling tiles, and we're in the process of picking out carpet and paints. So we're looking forward to those upgrades. And as far as burials, we're at 27 for the year, and only 4 of those cremation, the rest full buried. We're just doing the best we can. We're down to basically just the 2 of us. We have one of our senior citizen workers still remaining, has some hours left, but the others are dwindling right down to the last 3 or 4 hours. So
When does the new season start? July 1st?
Yeah.
July.
Oh, so we don't have anyone coming up?
Well, we have one guy who's reserved his hours for the leaf season,
Oh, okay.
so we'll be all set for that.
And our college helper?
Our college helper finished his season and went back to school already.
Okay,
He goes to school out of state.
okay.
Time flies. I can't believe
Yeah.
it's already school season.
Yeah.
Labor Day next weekend.
Yikes.
That's it.
Perfect, thank you.
Is there, the tree work, were you able to,
We are scheduled for the last week in August.
okay, so that's still a go, we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, great, great.
With a possible, if anything changes in their schedule, they may move us up to later this week. But I
Okay,
haven't heard anything from them, so.
Is that for all the trees we discussed the last
Yes.
time? Okay.
Excellent.
And the funeral tent has been purchased, we're just waiting on delivery for that.
do you have a delivery date on that?
We did not get a solid delivery.
They told us roughly 6 weeks,
Okay,
so
Okay.
that was what, 2 weeks ago.
okay.
Perfect. The wheels are moving. Excellent. The next agenda item I had on here for tonight was drafting and adopting of a code of conduct for the Cemetery Commission. Many other boards are currently in the process of drafting or adopting their own codes of conduct. The Select Board had adopted their most recent version fairly recently, and they were looking to have other boards follow suit. So I've been taking a look at potential drafts for us, and at our next meeting, we can perhaps work a bit more on that and get something finalized in the near future. And next on the agenda, I just had planning for the conditions assessment for the administrative building and preparation of requests for proposals for the work. So TC and I did sit down a couple of weeks ago now to put together a very draft version of a potential RFP for the work or for the assessment itself of our building. So I do have that draft copy here tonight. if you guys wanted to just kind of look at it briefly, and at our next meeting, we can.
Yeah, I did give you the comment on the electrical. One other question, should we be looking at the septic?
A comprehensive assessment would include
Yeah.
septic, so that's actually a really good idea.
Especially where we've had issues.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we have a scope that there, companies are going to spit back the scope to us, so we want to make sure we capture everything.
Absolutely. It would be crazy to look at structural integrity, electrical, and to leave out the septic,
Yep.
have the septic
Yeah.
fail shortly afterwards after we redo everything. So that's a very good point. I'll add that in.
One other question I had on evaluation criteria. Just want to check that typically their criteria is, you spell out as you have the categories, but then you list highly desirable, you know what I mean, so that they know how they're going to score.
It's kind of laid out there then, the
Yeah.
rating system.
Yeah, so there is exactly. I don't know if that's needed or not. I'm just,
Yeah, I think that would be helpful, though, not only for us, but for anybody considering putting a bid in. So we can certainly take a look at that, and maybe other RFPs that have been put out by the town, and kind of look at that grading scale. But yeah, I like that. We'll add that in.
and we haven't identified a timeline. We might also want to do that. We want to say that this should be completed by said date, whatever that date is.
Yeah, we had kind of left this open-ended for now, but we will want to put together.
I don't know how long one of these might take. I'm not sure. But are we involving the facilities manager?
We actually have a new facilities manager now, so we can certainly involve him
We
in.
should.
Yeah.
I've been introduced to him, but very briefly.
Okay.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, especially because this work is not weather dependent.
Right.
It's, if we could get it.
Exactly.
We don't have to worry about snow, because they're just assessing the building at this point, so there's no reason why they couldn't get it done
Yeah.
this fall.
That's a
Yeah,
good
it would be
point.
nice to get it done before the first of the year or
Because then
what
we
have
could
you.
start to schedule, because then,
Exactly.
people scheduling people is,
Yep.
That's a good
Okay.
point. So we can, TC and I can take another look at this and kind of reshape it and involve our new facilities
Yes,
director.
yeah.
That sounds good. Perfect. So we'll kick that around a little bit more and get a more finalized version ready for our next meeting. Okay. All right. So I had on here our vote to approve the date for when lots within the new section of West Lawn on Sullivan Way will be available for purchase. So this will actually hinge upon our
Correct.
voting on the new fees. So these will take effect October 1st.
Right.
So I don't know how soon thereafter we should begin.
October 1st.
October 1st.
I mean, that's the date I actually had in mind.
Yeah, no, I think that's, why wait?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so that works. So maybe a motion to approve.
Sure. Make a motion that we open up the new section on Sullivan Way for sale, lot sales, effective October 1st, 2024.
Perfect. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
It's unanimous. Perfect. So we actually moved super fast through the agenda.
Yes.
I was very cautious to add not too many things before the actual public hearing starts at
Right.
7.
Right.
So we do have another 17 minutes.
Yep, about that.
We'll take a recess.
Yes, we will take a recess, I
So
think.
that sounds great. So why don't we take a quick 20-minute recess
Yes.
before our public hearing starts, and hopefully we'll have some people come in to the hearing, and we'll go from there.
We'll go from there.
So we'll do a
Sounds
quick
good.
recess.
All
Perfect. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for patiently waiting. We're back from our recess. It's now 7 p.m. Would anybody like to make a motion to open the public hearing for West Lawn Cemetery fees?
Go ahead.
I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, excellent. So I'll go ahead and read the public hearing notice. Town of Littleton Cemetery Commission, public hearing notice, West Lawn Cemetery fees. The Littleton Cemetery Commission will hold a public hearing on Monday, August 19th, 2024 at 7 p.m. in room 103 of the Littleton Town Hall, 37 Shattuck Street, Littleton, Mass. On the proposed amendments to the fees for West Lawn Cemetery effective October 1st, 2024 as shown below. Comments thereon may be submitted in writing to cemetery@littletonma.org or to the Littleton Cemetery Department or to the Cemetery Department Office, 7 New Estate Road, Littleton, Mass. 01460 by noon on Thursday, August 15th, 2024, or in person at the hearing. Littleton Cemetery Commission, Andrew Samarco, Chair. We're officially open. So we did publish this notice. Ivan and I had actually done a couple of public service announcements regarding the public hearing tonight. Unfortunately, we didn't get any public tonight. But did anybody hear? I'd been monitoring actually the cemetery at littletonma.org email account and hadn't seen any emails come through
Okay.
in writing. But had any board members or any staff heard anything? Had anybody received any input?
I had one, but staff, any feedback?
We've got a couple citizens waiting to look at lots out in section 12, and I told them that they're not exactly for sale yet. We're waiting till the imminent rate hike and put them on all at the same time, and they're just patiently waiting for their chance to take a look at those. They didn't seem overly concerned with the rate hike.
Okay. I had some feedback regarding two categories for Saturday burials for children. Children and babies for Saturday. We didn't change the fees for Monday to Friday. Saturday, we upped it a little bit. And there was some feedback about wanting to keep the rates the same as they are for Monday through Friday. So regardless of the day, we just keep it the same. I'm fine doing that,
Absolutely.
I am too.
So previously, children on Saturday, there was no fee. So essentially, we would be, let's see.
We'd have to make it the same,
Yeah, it would be 200.
200, right,
Regardless of the day.
right.
200, okay.
And we did not increase that fee from what it was. There's not going to be any fee hike on that.
Correct. So I think, to Andrew, I think your point is, we still have to identify a fee.
Yeah.
Yes, because previously there wasn't.
We didn't have a fee,
Yeah.
right. So I would propose that children on Saturdays would remain the same as the week rate at 200, and babies on Saturday would stay the same as the weekly rate of 100. So
That works. And that makes sense if we're going to be offering that service for children and babies on the weekend, we don't want to incur any additional fees to parents in that situation. So I think that works perfectly. And I had received the same input, so that actually addresses what I was going to bring up tonight in terms of public input that I had received Carolyn, had you heard anything from?
I did not hear anything from the people I spoke to.
Ian, had you heard anything?
I had not at all.
All right. Do we want to just kind of run through the list really quick for those at home in terms of what the current fees are and what they'll be after potentially voting them in tonight? So I can go down the list and just read them out. So in terms of lot fees, one grave lot, one full and or up to 6 cremations will be going from $1,000 to $1,050. 2 grave lots, 2 full and or up to 12 cremations will be going from $2,000 to $2,100. 1 cremation lot, small, up to 2 cremations, will be going from, looks like we had no existing fee prior, but it'll be going to $525. Large cremation lot, up to 6 cremations, will be going to $1,050. That's essentially the same size as a standard burial lot for full burial. A columbarium niche, up to 2 cremations, will be $2,000. Interment fees during the week are going from $800 to $850. Weekdays after 2 p.m., there'll be a new fee of $1,200. And Saturday burials will be going from $1,100 to $1,200. Like we had just mentioned earlier, children up to 8 years old, the existing fee is $200, and that will stay the same. Children's Saturday, that is a new fee, but that will be consistent with the fees during the week. So for children, so that'll stay at $200, or it will be $200, the equivalent of during the week. Babies less than 30 days old, that fee was $100, and it will remain $100. And babies Saturday, that fee, that service did not previously exist, but we're going to keep that consistent with babies during the week, so that will be $100. It will not increase. Cremains with ceremony was previously $350, and it'll now be $400. Cremains weekdays after 2 p.m. will be $625. And that is a new fee. Saturday cremains will be going from $475 to $575. Cremains at the cemetery's convenience, interment will be $200. It'll be going from $200 to $250. Cremains inside a building niche will be going from $100 to $150. Cremains in the columbarium. Previously, there wasn't really a fee identified for the interment, but that will be going to $150, equivalent to the other cremain burial for the building niche wall. Disinterments for caskets. Previously, we hadn't identified a fee for that, so that will be $2,000 for disinterments moving forward. Same thing with cremation disinterments. That will be $1,200. We do have some optional fees for new services. The installation of a monument foundation. So a single 3-foot monument will be going from, it'll stay at $450, currently $450, and the proposed fee will be $450. The installation of monument foundations for double 4-foot width monuments will also stay at $600 with no increase. The installation of flush markers was previously $50, and that will stay at $50. And installing veteran grave markers or veteran government markers was previously 0, and that will remain at 0 for veterans. And then the new fee at the very bottom of our fee schedule is a canopy for funerals. The tent that we actually had mentioned previously, approving the July meeting minutes. So we will have a canopy available for the public to use at funerals. It's a 15 by 15 foot canopy, and that will be a $300 fee to use that canopy for the funeral, and that's a new fee.
And that includes setup
Yes, and that includes setup.
and takedown, so, yeah.
So that's essentially what we were working with here in terms of proposed fees. Unfortunately, we don't have any public comments in person, but given that...
We should probably mention, too, that the fees haven't changed for at least 10 years.
That is a very key point.
Yeah.
It's been well over 10 years, and in comparing our existing fees to other towns at our previous meetings, it was identified that we were below in comparison to what other towns are charging, and with operational costs going up, it's good that we're revisiting the fees to actually meet the demands of the department. So that's essentially, for those at home, why we were revisiting the fee schedule after so many years. But yeah, so that's essentially what we have proposed for our Westland Cemetery fees, and I think with the input that we've received, we've modified the fee schedule, and I would have loved to have seen people attend.
Yeah. Can I make a motion then to close the public hearing?
Absolutely. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, the public hearing is closed at 7:11 p.m. So now that the public hearing has closed, would we like to take a vote to approve the new fees for Westland Cemetery in consideration of all the public comments that
The
we've
amended, I'll make a motion to approve our proposed updated cemetery fees with the amendments for interment for children on Saturdays and babies on Saturdays.
All right, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Perfect. All right, it's unanimous. Did I vote aye?
3-0.
Perfect. All right. Well, that was all we had on tonight's agenda for business. Thank you, everybody at home watching.
I'd make a motion to adjourn.
To adjourn, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
7.
We are adjourned at 7:12.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.